Well, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. My name is Louie. I hope you're having yourself a fantastic day. And I know what you're saying. Magic the Gathering hasn't had a release close enough to today, so we are getting close to the Edge of Eternities release. Today, we're going to do our first collector booster box opening on the channel. It feels like just a few days ago, Final Fantasy releases. This is going to go to Nick H. Nick, thank you so much for allowing me to open up a booster box for you. And the first Edge of Eternities collector box. I almost said Final Fantasy because, you know, these releases seem like they are just one after another these days. I didn't bring anything to open this box with. Oh, I'm an amateur, everybody. I'm an amateur. There we go. Yeah, crazy. Nick, let's see what we can get for you from Edge of Eternities. I've got all the stuff pulled up. I did not watch any other box openings. I like my first box opening of a set to just be kind of like a first experience. Like, what's it like? What is the packs like? Is it fun to open? And answer some of those questions just to see how it feels rather than watching a bunch of box openings and kind of like ruining the experience. So none of this stuff's being sent out to Nick until release day. Here we go. We've got Magic the Gathering in space, a space odyssey, if you will. Let's make sure the lighting looks good here. A space odyssey, if you will. A drama, a story of people and planeswalkers. It's traveling on spaceships and in the void, and we have a bunch of lands is kind of what we're going for. The stellar sites is the big deal. Here's Earthrow Scan Ship. This is an uncommon. This whole mechanic here where you have the station mechanic is kind of the big thing. If you're going to play pre-release this weekend, tap another creature you control, put charge counters equal to its power on this spacecraft, station only as a sorcery. It's an artifact creature at 8+. So somebody told me locally that they wish that this is what vehicle was originally. There's the swamps. This is not a galaxy foil, just a regular borderless, beautiful looking swamp there. Here we go. Our first rare is Astili the Reclaimer, an Angel Warrior 5/4. Planetary Annihilation. That artwork is sick. Man, like, where's the Star Wars secret lair? This looks like a Star Wars card. You probably won't ever see that. Oh, here we go. Our first shock land, and this is the borderless viewpoint lands. Now, viewport. There are a million different versions of all these lands. This is the borderless viewpoint land. Viewport land. Here's your Sacred Foundry. Congratulations, Nick. Starting off, oh my gosh, and then a Galaxy Foil Hissing Quagmire. So this would be I believe this one is the borderless Stellar Sites, or this might just be a regular Stellar Sites in the artwork's kind of similar. But there we go, the Hissing Quagmire in the Galaxy Foil, starting out pretty strong with two good lands there, and the Cerimia, another spacecraft. See if we can get a Mythic. Oh, this is just the art card. No Mythics in the first one, but we did have a Shockland. Shockland's coming back. It seems like they like space Shocklands these days. All right, here we go. We're gonna go slow on the commons just to take a look at the set, get a little feel for it, feel for the artwork. Does the mechanics line up? Is it look like it's going to be fun? I can't wait for pre-release weekend. We do a midnight pre-release on Thursday night, and then a Friday, and then a Friday night, late night pre-release, and then a Saturday and a Sunday. It's gonna be fun to see how people enjoy the set. Here's a Plains and Galaxy foil. You got the swirl there. Those of you Pokemon fans know the swirls get the girls. There's our first, and then another Shockland. So we're getting Shocklands 2 for 2 on the Shocklands here. 2 for 2. Patrolling Peacemaker. This creature enters with 2/1/1 counters whenever opponent commits a crime. Proliferate. All right, committing a crimes in this set. That's interesting. Weapons manufacturing. This looks like some sort of alternative art. Maybe that's the borderless weapons manufacturing. And a Blinkmoth Nexus. So this is just your regular Stellar Sites artwork here. I love that they have like the frame break thing going on. Blinkmoth Nexus, great card. The list of these cards is massive, huge, and very good. Very exciting for a lot of people. And a Mightform Harmonizer. Do we still not have a Mythic? That's crazy. 2 packs, 0 Mythics so far for Nick. All right, Nick, here we go. Let's get you a Mythic. I would love to see that Super Void here too. Insect Horror, we're gonna go one more pack, kind of slowly going through the commons, the uncommons. The Fungal Colossus, a fungus beast. The Meld Moxite. The Cloud Sculpt Technician. Artwork looks really cool. I do love the space theme. It's a little bit difficult. I thought it would be more stuff like this. And like aliens, like this feels really good to me than it was spaceships. Spaceships, it was kind of a surprising thing to me. Here's a mountain. That's a crazy mountain. I love that spaceship going across the side. Not a galaxy foil. Thrumming Hive Pool. Affinity for slivers. Slivers you control have double strike and haste. At the beginning of your upkeep, create 2 sliver tokens. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good sliver card. Festering Thicket. There we go. Another rare. No Mythic still. And a I can't say that. Guided by Light. All right, come on. Give us a Mythic. What is going on? Hissing Quagmire. Again, now this is the borderless Stellar Sites lands. So you're getting a Stellar Site land, it seems like, in every pack. And here's a space-time anomaly. Target player mills cards equal to your life total. That seems crazy. This is the borderless Stellar Sites. I really like the theme of those artworks. The way that kind of looks like an old school science fiction book. All right, here we go. Still no Mythics, Nick. We got to pick up the Mythic count. Now, I've always said this in our box opening videos. We'll start moving a little quicker here. It seems like a lot of times with box openings, they have a pack that has most of the Mythics. You'll get one pack that will have like 3 Mythics in it. Here's a sick looking Plains. I love these borderless alt art plans. Sir Vondam, another rare. Solar Array, this is from the Commander collection. Solar Array, add 1 mana of any color when you cast your next artifact spell. That spell gains Sunburst. Dang. I honestly don't know what Sunburst is. Requiem Monolith, I'm sure someone in the comment section will make fun of me for not knowing what the mechanics are yet. I've been too busy getting stuff ready. We have something cool. All right, there's a High Market, and here we go. I don't know what that is, but it's cool. Japanese. I don't even know what the card is I'm supposed to say this is. The fake card that we always joke around about. This is crazy. That artwork is insane. I don't know what this is. I apologize. This is why I'm not a big fan of them putting Japanese cards in English packs, because you, as somebody who watches this set and has maybe watched other box openings, might know exactly what this card is. But I have no clue what this card is. And a lot of people who open packs, open a card, and they don't know. It happens all the time in the store. They're like, I don't know what this card is, because they can't read Japanese. But there we go. Their first Mythic of your box opening, Nick, is in Japanese, and I don't know what it is. So I'm just going to move on awkwardly. Here's a Swamp with the Galaxy foil. Absolutely gorgeous. I can read Swamp. Another Requiem Monolith. Eartheros Research Craft. Here's a spacecraft with stations, so you can see how it gets better as the station gets higher. This looks really cool. Like I said, somebody told me they wish this is what vehicle was. I thought that was a cool thing. Here's our first English Mythic, the Famished World Sire. Lots of land mechanics here. This is 0/0. It gets a bonus. I don't really. I guess Devour Land maybe is what gives it power. But really a lot of land mechanics here. There's our first actual Mythic. We got another one, a Meteor Crater. And then we got the Dawn Sire, Sunstar Dreadnought. Now this can be a commander now. Legendary artifacts can now, the spacecraft I believe can be your commander, if I understand it right. Station 10 plus, whenever you attack, it deals 100 damage to up to 1 target creature or planeswalker. That's crazy. 20 plus, you give this thing flying and it's a 20/20. Commander damage is 21, so this hits you twice. You put any 1/1 counters on it, it's just game over. I don't think that looks like a serialized. Look at this. It's like a serialized 20 of 20. That's what that sticker down there, it makes it look like serialized. That's crazy. The Dawn Sire. All right, there we go. I don't like that looks so much like a serialized card. Can you imagine if that was like an actual serialized 20 of 20? That's crazy. Insane. Okay. Here we go. Let's go through. I can't get over how much that looks like a serialization. Oh, that forest is sick. Beautiful forest. Here we go. Starfield Vocalist, the Depth Shaker Titan, a robot, and a human rogue, the Sunset Saboteur, and a Crystal Quarry and a Coral of the Void. All right, the Crystal Quarry, and I believe that is the borderless stellar site. So we still only gotten one viewpoint land in the fetch, or the shock land. We got Coral of the Void, pretty cool enchantment. All right, we have yet to get anything from the special guest slot. We've only seen one viewpoint card. Maybe that might not be true, actually. We've only seen one viewpoint shock land, though. And only 2 shock lands. So we started out strong with the shock lands, but have slowed down. Here's a Mythic, the End Stone. Oh, this is the Mythic pack, everybody. The End Stone. Now, I've seen this. This looks pretty crazy. Being your end step, your life total becomes half your starting total. This seems like a pretty good card, but a cost of 7 is what holds that back. Still a very strong card, a card a lot of people are going to want. Second Mythic of the pack is the In-Spirit Flagship Vessel. This is another legendary artifact spacecraft. So this can be your commander. Station, dropping the card. Extinguisher Battleship here. Another spacecraft. And then Lava Claw Reach. Cool artwork on that thing. Man, these stellar sites, the artwork is so cool. It's so cool to see the old school lands kind of re-envisioned in space. And here's a Ragost, the Deft Gastronaut. Beautiful. All right, interesting set. This is super weird. It doesn't feel like Magic. It feels like something different. I've heard some people say that like the old school Magic books had a lot of space travel and that kind of stuff in it. That's not the Magic that I kind of know and grew up on. This feels different. This feels like Star Wars to me. But it seems like the mechanics are super powerful. Radiant Summit. Here's land enters tapped unless you control 2 or more basic lands. This is going to be a good cycle of the rare lands here. That's going to be a good cycle. That's good. Might Form Harmonizer. I believe we saw this card earlier. Petrified Field. And our first special guest slot is Paradox Haze. Enchant Player. Being given enchanted player's upkeep. Each turn that player gets an additional upkeep after this step. A Paradox Haze. I love these. I don't love that they exist in Magic, but I love the way these look. Look, it's got the sticker right there. It looks like it's coming off. This is like the old school book. This is kind of what I thought the artwork theme would look a lot more, not like the setup of the card of the set. Very cool. Your first of the special guest cards. Let's see if we can get 2 of the special guest cards. The big hit being the Sliver Overlord, obviously. Let's see if we can get at least 1 more special guest here in this box for you, Nick. Warmaker Gunship, a Scouring Swarm, and an Evando Walking Haven. Very, very interesting card looking here. This is what they're doing now, this kind of all black on the bottom card. It looked better in, I guess this is technically called Viewport in the set. It looked better in the last set they did it with. For some reason, I don't think it looks as good in this one. That is a Mythic, though. Inkmoth Nexus, heck yeah. It's a cool looking Inkmoth. And a Frenzied Baloth. This box seems not super cracked. It seems a little bit on the lighter side so far, but I don't know the big hits yet. It'll be interesting to see what the reactions are. I always love watching the reactions in the comment section. Be like, oh, these cards are really good. This was fun. I don't like to look at prices before this stuff. I like to kind of just like feel it out. How does this feel as a set? Long range sensor. Here you go. Beyond the, oh, we got a meteor crater in the, okay, hold on. That artwork is super cool. Exile all creatures and spacecraft for 5. Man, I love that artwork. I wish that artwork was on a much better card. I love that artwork. Here's the meteor crater in the Galaxy foil. I believe, don't quote me. I believe this is a Galaxy foil borderless stellar site land. Maybe not. No, it's not borderless. This is just a regular, maybe it's the poster. That's what it is. Galaxy foil poster stellar site. Interesting. There's so many different variants, and that's like, man, it's hard to know everything about every set and like make sure It's luckily they put the numbers down when you're buying cards. You can just check the number. It matches with the TCG player number. And here it is, our first Sothra the Super Void in a regular foil. The regular foil Sothra the Super Void. This is the big kind of staple card from this set. This is the one that they're advertising the whole set around. A Glittering Mastiff, another one of those. Oh, this is just a regular cycle land. Biotech Specialist, then a Thespian Stage, and a Cosmogrand Zenith is a mythic here. Human Soldier 2/4. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, choose one. Create 2/1/1 human soldier tokens or put a 1/1 counter on each creature. Seems pretty good. Here's a Thespian Stage though, in the borderless. I guess it's just the borderless Stellar Sight land. Beautiful Thespian Stager. Pretty cool. Another mythic to add to the count. And you got your last pack, Nick. So you got one Sothra Super Void, not the big Monty different foil looking one that everyone's going to be chasing and hunting. But at least you get the one card from the set. Forest. Ragos, the Deft Gastronaut. Lots of gastronauts. Baloth Prime. Lots of Baloths and gastronauts, it feels like. Another Thespian Stage here, and then a Biotech Specialist. All right, Nick, let's run through. So every pack, for those of you who have been following along, every single pack has a Stellar Sight, and it's always in a different, version. So we're gonna have 12 Stellar Sights. So you have every time you open a pack, you have a shot at getting the Ancient Tomb and that kind of stuff. That feels pretty good. In a collector box, 12 packs, we got 2 Shocklands. That doesn't seem good. That seems less than what I would anticipate. I would assume it's more like 4 or 5, but maybe, I haven't watched any other box videos. And then mythic wise, so you got the one from the special guests, which I believe are all mythics. Yep. And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 being the card we don't know the name of. This could be the best card ever. I don't know what this is. It looks cool. I like the artwork. But 10 mythics. Seems like a decent box. Doesn't seem like a home run box. But we did get the regular foil Sothra the Super Void. So Nick, all these cards will be on their way once it's release week. You rock, my friend. Thank you so much for your support and to be able to open up a box. We should have another box opening in the next couple days. I think we're gonna do at least 3 of them before the release. So if you enjoy this, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you all. Remember to be kind to the people around you. We'll see you again next video.